back to the Corporate Sister TV. This is Solange Lopes from thecorporatesister.com. And today we're discussing how to take the work out of networking. If you're an introvert like myself, then I'm sure you've had those instances where you were filled with dread and negative anticipation at the thought of going into a room filled with strangers and having to introduce yourself, right? Or thinking about having to attend yet another event and exchange another set of cards, and not even hearing from the person after the event can make you just feel like it's a giant waste of time. That's how I felt for the longest time until I started putting a different spin on networking. And with the help of really positive, successful networkers, change my idea around the concept of networking and find ways to actually take the work out of the whole networking concept. And I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can actually remove all the doubt and the dread that comes with networking, and actually remove this whole idea of having to work hard at networking and replacing it with the enjoyable concept that it is not about making connections, but it is more about developing and nurturing positive relationships that can be instrumental to your life, career, or business. The first way to remove the whole work out of networking is to change your mindset around what networking is. Just forget about the word networking and start thinking in terms of relationships. When you enter into a new relationship, you're not really thinking about what you can get out of it, at least I hope not. Neither are you thinking about making the right impression or even being accepted. You're just happy to enter into a new exchange of positive energy with another human being. Well, really, that's what networking is about. It's about creating and developing positive and nurturing relationships between human beings. It's about creating potential friendships, having potential associations, and the positive effects on your career or your business are only incidental to this. But first and foremost is the creation and the development of positive human relationships. When I started changing my mindset around networking and thinking of it less as a work obligation and more as natural relationships that may or may not happen or develop themselves, it eased my mind a lot, and it helped me enter into those rooms filled with strangers with positive instead of negative anticipation. It helped me have more genuine, more authentic relationships with people instead of relationships that were barely based on either the weather or what they were doing professionally or what I was doing professionally and how we could possibly help each other. This was about having authentic, genuine relationships, and anything else that came out of it in terms of our careers or businesses was a plus. But first was the human relationship. The second way that we can all take the work out of networking is authenticity. It's through authenticity. It's through being as authentic and natural as you can be. This is about bringing your whole self to the whole idea of networking and to the whole idea of creating positive and genuine relationships. Very often at work, whether in our careers or in our businesses, we tend to hide ourselves behind this very professional image, right? This very politically correct persona that may or may not reflect who we truly are. However, being able to bring all of ourselves to the table, including not just our credentials, degrees, expertise, or professional experience, but also our life experiences, our mood, our personality, makes a world of difference because it helps form and develop genuine relationships that are based on the whole person as opposed to just one finite section of our identity, which may be what we do from 9 to 5. So this whole authenticity aspect of networking is one that can really take the pressure out of the whole concept of networking and actually ease you into the idea of meeting people just as they are, and also allowing them to meet you and see you just as you are. Last but not least, a third, and one of the most powerful ways to really make networking as productive and as enjoyable as possible is to turn it into an exchange. It's a give and take. It's not just about what the other person can do for you, but it's also about what you bring to the table in terms of who you are, your life experiences, your vision, your skills, your talents, your professional experience, and also what opportunities you can bring to the table for the other people and the other relationships that you're called on to develop and nurture. A lot of us fail to see this as an equitable exchange of what you can bring and what they can bring, and instead enter the room only thinking about what they can get. This ends up giving a very negative connotation to the whole networking thing, and instead of it being a positive, fruitful experience, it ends up being a very selfish, self-oriented experience that ends up not being fulfilling for either party involved. So think about it as a give and exchange, right? What can you bring to the table and what can they bring to the table? And how can we all share in the wonderful gifts, skills, talents, experiences that we all have? So these are the three ways that have personally helped me turn networking on its head and really start enjoying the process as a more authentic and natural process as opposed to a work commitment or obligation. I'd be curious to know what you think about ways that you can actually take the work out of networking and turn it into a more positive, enjoyable, and fruitful experience. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.